secular, I mean, it's worth looking at it in longue durée, you say, right? It's worth looking at it from a, secular is a term that bubbled up in really Latin Christendom as one of a pair of mutually defining terms. And the other member of the pair could be spiritual, it could be, but I think the really best definition, because secular is a time word, it's a word to do with ordinary profane time. You know, it comes from the word for century in Latin, right? That the antonym of that was what's related to eternity. Right? So you see, in Augustine's view, you see that we're going through history, we're living in a world which is drawn towards the salvation of the human race in eternity. So there are things that relate to that journey, and there are things that just relate to day-to-day living down here, and that's the secular. So the political was the secular arm that they handed people over to, and so on. And then you get mutation when you get in the 18th century, 19th century attempts to do without religion altogether, or to put religion into a corner, or run the society without any reference to it. In other words, to carve off or to hive off or to not pay no attention to that, if you like, eternity-related dimension, and just to see things in time. So that becomes the meaning of the word in this new, quite different sense, where it isn't one term in relation to another, which are both essential to understand the reality, but rather you hypothesis that everything can be seen in this perspective. Life in time, secular time, ordinary time, profane time, and the rest can be just forgotten, or if people want to relate to that, they have to be very closely controlled and make sure they don't take over. And then it gets to be applied very confusedly outside of the Western history altogether. So you talk about, what does secularism mean in India, and so on and so on. You can see a point in this, but there also is a great deal of confusion because the basic concepts of these other civilizations don't have anything that even vaguely relates to the secular eternal distinction as it arose in Christendom. But we're kind of stuck with the word now. We're, even in the international debate, what should secularism be? What should the secular be?